Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Round Robin. I am your host, Tracy Preston, along with Christine Mulligan, Nina Mulligan, Angela Hoefler, and of course, my husband, Todd Preston. Hey, everyone.
Hello. Bonjour, mes amis. What's up?
Hey, everybody.
This is the show where we spin the wheel, chase the chaos, and see where the conversation lands. And today, we're landing on ice, on skis, possibly face first into a snowbank. The Winter Olympics are happening, and I love this part of the Olympics. In fact, today as we are recording, today wraps up the final day of competition. So what do you guys prefer most, the opening or closing ceremonies?
I gotta be honest, I haven't watched any other than clips after the fact. I haven't watched any of the Olympics this year. I don't know. Life is just like hard. It's like I skipped out on the Olympics. I'm only getting tidbits.
Yeah, I agree. I miss the opening ceremonies, which I hate missing. I love that. I love them both. And I've only seen a few like ice skating and some downhill women's skiing. So I'm kind of sad. I've missed quite a bit. It's been really, like you said, Christine, life has been lifing. So what about you guys? Do you prefer the opening or closing ceremonies, or what is your favorite sport?
I like the opening better, I think.
Why?
Because at that point, it's still a mystery. You don't know who's winning what.
That's true.
And, I think the fanfare, I mean, just the excitement of it all. It's like tradition. How many years now? How many Olympics have there been?
The early 1900s, I want to say. 1924.
Right.
I think that's when it started. So what are your comfort Winter Olympic events? Like, which one always makes you stop scrolling? So if you have it on, like, which one are you absolutely going to make time for? Like figure skating, hockey, snowboarding, curling? Which one would you guys absolutely never attempt?
No, I would probably attend all of them, but I like the figure skating, especially since the movie Blades of Glory came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm hoping to see something like that one of these days. A couple of dudes out there skating together. That'd be fun.
That would be funny. I do gotta say, one of the things that I have seen for this Olympics, and I heard the backstory to it, was the girl that won gold for figure skating, and her story about how she was a skater and then she got out of it, because her life changed and she wasn't into it anymore. But then she went back to it because she missed it. But when she went back, she was like, I want to do it and I want to get to the Olympics, but I want to do it on my terms. So she had all these things that she told her, everybody that helps, them get to the Olympics, the trainers, the people that make their stuff, all of that. She was like, I want to do it on my terms. I want to have the music I want. I want to do my own choreography. I want to do what I want to do. I want to feel good about it, blah, blah, blah. So the whole message behind it about being authentic, of course, that resonates with me. And then when she went to her short program, which is what she ended up getting the gold with, watching that program and watching her just be at ease, at peace, like joyful. Like as if it was as if we were just watching her practice the way she nailed everything. I was literally tearing up watching her before I even knew the backstory. And then I found out the backstory because, whenever you see something, you're like, oh my God, that was really good. Like, what happened? When I first saw it, I didn't even know that she won the gold medal when I first saw the clip of her short program. I watched it and I felt teary-eyed watching it the first time. And then I went back down the rabbit hole, found out that she was American, she won the gold, and then I found the backstory. I rewatched it and I cried like a baby. It was crazy emotionally. It was crazy emotionally charged watching that. So if you haven't seen, and she's dressed in gold and she wins the gold medal, if you haven't seen that program, her short program, her little stint, I totally recommend you go watch it because I don't know why. It is moving. It just moves you. Have you guys seen it?
No. Do you know what her name is?
Her name is Alyssa Liu. Look it up. Alyssa Liu's short program.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's emotionally moving, and I didn't know why. And then when I ran down the rabbit hole, I found out why, and I was like, oh my God, I love this whole thing. I loved everything about it. And to me, that whole thing sums up what Olympic dreams are. You know, for the people that do it. You know, for the people that go to the Olympics. Like, that's how it should be. Because on some level, I feel like some of the Olympians, it's kind of like, it's a little bit tainted. It's a little bit weird because millionaires back somebody that had promise when they were 3 and totally take that child's whole life and make it about whatever they thought they were good at. You know, like the stories we used to hear about, I don't know, was it the Romanian gymnasts, or back in the day when we were all younger. Remember, everybody would know about how the gymnasts in other countries, in China and Russia and all that, how they took them from their parents at a ripe age of 5, and then put them in camps and made them train like warriors forever.
Yeah.
Do you remember those stories?
I do. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of where the Olympics went over the years. And then to have this girl strip it back down to an individual Olympic dream and mission, I don't know, it made it really human for me again.
Yeah, I like that. I love the backstory, and I love the underdog story.
Yeah, I love the whole ability to genuinely root for someone else. I just love that feeling.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, because we're not putting the years and years and years of work into it, but we do get emotionally charged from it. And that's what I love about it as well. Now, the Winter Olympic Games began, like I mentioned, in 1924 in Chamonix, France, originally called International Winter Sports Week. Now, here are a few fun facts. Figure skating was once in the Summer Olympics, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Women weren't allowed to ski jump until 2014. That seems crazy. And curling disappeared and came back decades later. I remember when it first came out because I'm like, is this a sport?
I love curling. That's my favorite. I think it's hilarious to watch.
Did you know that stone is like 44 pounds?
Yeah, I can believe it.
So if your personality were a Winter Olympic sport, what would it be? We have figure skating, which is dramatic, hockey, competitive, curling, calm but strategic, and luge, slightly unhinged.
You know I'm the luge. 150 miles an hour to I don't know where the hell I'm going. That's me. In a nutshell.
Exactly.
150 miles an hour to nowhere.
So we know Todd is curling. I'm going to say Nina is figure skating.
I do like figure skating, but I don't watch the Olympics.
We know how you feel about that.
Her personality does fit figure skating. It's all about getting dressed up and dancing around like a pro that's what I did. Flipping and twirling. I did figure skating until I got too much top heavy. No, I couldn't anymore.
Bloop. It doesn't work out for those big jumps and spins. What about you, Angela? What would you do?
I would be the snowboarder, man.
I can see that.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. I would also be a figure skater. I want to be dramatic. Now, I have 5 famous names. All of them were closer to the Olympics than you think. So, I don't know if you guys, before I roll off this list, does anybody know of any famous people who could have been in the Olympics?
Do I know them personally?
No. Do you know any of these possible 5 that I'm going to talk about? Do you guys know any any of the 5 famous names that could have been in the Olympics?
Well, that's the summer. That's a Summer Olympics. We're just talking about Winter Olympics.
No, this is just any Olympic. Any Olympic, summer or winter.
Bayou, there's Mary Lou Retton. There was the other girl with the Olympics one.
The other girl, yeah, those are nice. I'm not very careful.
Famous people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody? I was shocked. Well, these were all Olympians, but we're talking famous people who were closer to competing in the Olympics than anybody ever knew. I didn't know any of these names. I just didn't know if you guys knew of any famous people who were serious athletes that could have gotten into the Olympics. They were real close.
Well, Bruce was an Olympian.
Bruce who?
I can't remember his name now.
Bruce Lee.
No, Bruce
Jenner.
Jenners. Yeah, Bruce Jenners.
Bruce Jenkins.
Now, Caitlin. Caitlin is her name now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the only celebrity Olympian I can think of. Unless we're talking about all the years that the famous basketball players were technically Olympians too, and they were all famous because they were all famous basketball players. So I don't know. What are the names?
All right. Well, good. I just thought I'd test you guys because I had no idea. All right. So here we go. Jason Statham. Statham?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So before his action movies, he was a member of Britain's national diving squad. He competed in the 1990 Commonwealth Games, and he trained for over 10 years. So when he's jumping off buildings in movies, he actually knows how to fall.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. All right, here's another one.
He's a sexy man, and that's coming from me. He's a sexy man.
Yeah, you look him up. He looks the same, but much younger, of course, and he had some hair. Here's another one. Vera Wang. The Miss Bridal Couture. She was a competitive figure skater, and she tried out for the 1968 United States Olympic team. She didn't make the cut, though.
I think I did know that. I learned that in school way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That was in her press release of when she first started making it big. I'm talking years and years and years ago. I
Yeah.
remember that in her press release.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know when the Vera Wang gowns started really taking off, but it was in 1968 that she tried to get into the Olympics. Didn't make it, so she's like, deuces, I'm going to do something else. And then there's Gina Davis. She took up archery in her 40s. She was nationally ranked within 2 years. She tried out for the 2000 Olympic team. And she finished 24th out of over 300 women at age 44. Here's another one, Salma Hayek. She was a competitive gymnast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she make it anywhere?
Not that I could find. I just found that she was a competitive gymnast, and then she pivoted to acting. So I don't know how far she tried to actually go, but I found a bunch of images of her as a gymnast doing the Russian splits and all kinds of stuff. So that was before she was famous as well. And then this one is for my daughter, Lauren. We're going to see if she knows this little bit of trivia. Liam Payne, before One Direction. He was a competitive runner, and he almost pursued sports full time. So I just thought, I didn't know any of those names. I thought, well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, the Olympics weren't just about medals. They were about forks in the road. So for every athlete, there is one injury, one audition, and one opportunity away from an entirely different life. Now, here are some moments that changed the Olympics. Because the Olympics aren't just gold medals and dramatic slow motion replays, sometimes the games get heavy. And I think if we're going to celebrate them, we should also acknowledge the moments that changed them. So we're dipping back in time a little bit here. So in 1972 in Munich, in the Summer Olympics, 11 members of the Israeli Olympic team were taken hostage and later killed in a terrorist attack. Do you guys remember anything about that?
I remember hearing about it, but I think I was...
We were just tiny. Well, you were born. It was in 1972. Well, it was the summer, so no, you weren't.
I wasn't born yet for a couple months.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this later, and I don't remember where. I don't know if maybe they did some sort of back in history time on one of the Olympics. I just remember seeing something about it. Now, the games paused, but they resumed. So do you think they should have continued?
No, I don't think so. I think they should have paused for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think they should have continued after the pause?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. you gotta, even with tragedies, life still goes on. You gotta keep on keeping on.
So what do you guys think about that? Do you also agree? Like, would you,
I don't know.
like, if you were an athlete, how would you feel about moving forward? Like, would you want to go home? Would you feel safe? I don't know how I'd feel about that.
I don't know. If you're there already, I think as major as that was, you got to understand that other people are living their lives and doing their thing and being in their thing. That's the thing about humans, is we're so set on our path that even though something catastrophic happened in our periphery, sometimes our focus is right in front of us. So for the people that felt, like Todd just said, life keeps on happening. You got to keep on living. You got to keep on going down your path, even though this big thing happened in your periphery. I would gander a bet that most people are like, no, I'm here to do this. Let's get it done.
Yeah, like, sorry that happened, but...
Yeah, life keeps life.
Yeah, we worked really hard for this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, after Munich, Olympic security changed forever. It reshaped how the world protects its athletes. All right, now in 1968, there was the podium protest, and that was in the Summer Olympics. Tommy Smith and John Carlos stood on the medal podium and raised black glove fists in protest of racial injustice. They were expelled from the games, and history later saw that moment as iconic. So, Todd, is the Olympic podium an appropriate place for a protest?
Yes, any place is appropriate for a protest. Because if you have a platform to make your voice heard, use that platform.
I agree. I mean, look at all the people that are doing it at the award shows these days. They have a very large captive audience. I agree. Angela, would that moment be received differently today?
I feel like there's a lot of people who are more open to that today than there used to be, listening to other opinions and their feelings.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And Nina, does history sometimes need to catch up?
Yes.
Yes.
So much inspiration there.
I agree with Todd. Any person that has a platform that reaches a lot of people has a moral obligation to do what's right for humanity and speak up and say something. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And if you don't, you're a coward.
I agree. In 1994, we have the Nancy Kerrigan attack. So we had the Nancy Kerrigan, Tonya Harding, 1994 Winter Olympics. And this, we should talk about, because this is the moment that turned figure skating into daytime television drama. Now, we were all very much, 1994, we were all adults when this happened. Now, it was just weeks before the Winter Olympics and Lillehammer that Nancy Kerrigan was attacked after a practice session at the U.S. Championships. She was struck in the knee with a baton by a man later connected to people in Tonya Harding's circle. The goal of that was to injure her so she couldn't compete, and this absolutely shocked the sports world. It blurred lines between competition, desperation, class, media, and crime. This was insane. I remember this very clearly. This is the only time that anyone has ever been physically assaulted and attacked that I know of. She didn't come from families with money. She wasn't your typical ice skater.
All the more reason why she should have not been such a dirtbag. Because she had the skills. She didn't have to belittle herself and make things work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was disappointing for all the downtrodden people. That was highly disappointing, I think. That's not the way to make things better.
No.
Yeah, because Tonya Harding, I think, had it in the bag. Like, she could do stuff that the other skaters couldn't do. She was powerful.
Yeah. So she took that powerful moment that she could have had and completely trashed it, and it never happened.
Yeah.
All because of self-doubt and vindictiveness and jealousy. All the bad emotions were wrapped up in that. And she gave way to the negative instead of focusing on the positive, and ruined her whole life.
Yeah. So, Nina, if this happened today with social media, would it have been even bigger?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
part of the reason why I don't agree with the Olympics is because it's not really a testament of natural talent. It's people who have been cultivated their entire lives to be superior athletes. So I understand the frustration with her because she did not have the kind of resources that everybody else has. And so in all reality, if everybody isn't coming from the same playing field, can you really say then that that person was the best? Or did they just have the most money in order to be able to prepare them better? But yeah, I mean, it definitely would have been. I do think, though, however, it probably would have been a more polarized issue. And it definitely would have been a rich person versus poor people discussion, I think, more than anything.
Agreed. Now, did you guys ever see that movie that they made? It was more from the Tonya Harding perspective, so you really got to see, how bad it was for her. Did you guys ever see that? It was played by that girl who played Barbie.
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie, yeah, she played Tonya Harding.
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't think I've seen that either.
It's actually really good. It's actually really good. I might have to look for that one and watch it again. There's a recommendation for you. You can go watch that. Now, Tonya Harding denied prior knowledge of the attack, but she later pleaded guilty to hindering prosecution, and she was banned for life from U.S. figure skating, which she should have been. And Nancy Kerrigan recovered, and she ended up winning the silver at the Olympics. And then there was also the doping era. Medals stripped, records erased, entire national programs investigated. So Todd, if someone doped, should they lose their medal permanently?
Yeah, I think so.
And what do you guys think? When we had a center out in Colorado, there's a ton of athletes out there training at higher elevations for the same purpose. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's not actually doing something to your physical being unnaturally, though.
But don't you think it falls in line? Like if I'm going to go work at a higher elevation with lower oxygen because that makes my body bigger, better, and stronger, what's the difference between doing that and doing steroids?
Well, that's kind of what Nina's point is about how those with money are capable to do that kind of training, where somebody from, I don't know, Detroit is not going to be able to live up in the Alps and train to be a skier. They just got to wait for it to snow so they can practice in their home area. You know what I mean? Like, that's what goes along with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the ability to give yourself the edge. You have to be able to go to the best possible places to practice, to train.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is the difference? I don't know. You got me on that one.
There isn't a difference. You're right. That's my whole point. You should be plucking these people off the streets. Okay? They should be like people who are non-professional. They do regular shit. Like, for example, there is a person in Lake Mary who is part of the Winter Olympics. He's a regular ass person. Lake Mary, Florida, in our hometown, near our hometown. And also, I think back in the day, I want to say probably 26 years ago now, maybe 27 years ago, there was a local man in Sanford, Florida, who worked at the Home Depot, who was in the Summer Olympics. So it's like, those people, yeah, that's freaking cool. That is crazy because they're regular people that got all the way there doing regular ass shit. And that to me is more inspiring than somebody who has been training since they were 3 in a factor somewhere, you know what I'm saying, where they've been kept in some facility their entire lives and have done nothing but train for the Olympics. That's not natural talent. That's coerced talent. That's fabricated talent. I don't know.
That should be something that would be, I would vote for that. So yeah, you've got the people who are training, but how about we just get into the regular cities or the regular countries and find those diamonds in the rough that just have the natural talent. Let them see what they can do. That would be fun.
Yeah, but then we kind of argue the fact is, okay, so we're really going to go back to the Roman games and a hop, skip, and a jump away from people beating the crap out of each other for the entertainment of everybody else. I don't know, it's a slippery slope.
We like the slippery slopes.
But that was the whole point of it. Back in the Roman times, it was the strongest, capable people in town, and they were the representatives of the town, and that was like their glory thing, you know? I don't know. Regular ass people just
I don't know. I think we're giving it too much thought. Let people do what brings them joy, however, what form that takes, and give them a stage that they can show it off.
Yeah, let them eat cake.
Yeah.
Circuses and bread, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Right now we talk about medals and we talk about glory, but we don't always talk about the bill. Hosting the Olympics costs billions of dollars. Some cities thrive afterwards, but others struggle. Venues sit empty, infrastructure becomes expensive to maintain, and local taxpayers carry the long-term burden. So Todd, if your city volunteered to host the Olympics, are you excited or nervous?
Nervous because we already have too much foot traffic around our house already.
Exactly. Anita, would it be worth the global spotlight?
I don't think anybody would be able to fucking find where they were supposed to be going. Let me tell you, our town, whoever built it was a moron, and they set the city up like a rose. And yes, you heard me right. It's the flower. If you look at it from an aerial perspective, there's the center of the town, and then all of the streets that go around it go in a circle, and then they're intersected and broken up by like 2 or 3 other main streets. Literally have lived here for 4 years, cannot go anywhere without a GPS because I don't know where the F I'm going ever. It doesn't matter which way you go either. Everything is always equidistant. So you could be going 2 miles and it doesn't matter which direction you go in, and it's going to take you 30 minutes. It's the weirdest thing. There are no straight lines in this town. Every road is a curve. Like a windy road for no reason. It's the weirdest thing. So good luck, Olympians. Good luck.
Pure disorientation. Good luck with that.
I hope you got a GPS. You're going to need it. I don't think it would be worth it. I do think that there are times where they try to bring the Olympics to areas that need an economic boost. And for that, I do think that that can be helpful to countries that may be experiencing some kind of financial detriment.
The thing is that,
but the aftermath, I think, would be more expensive to to clean up and take care of. I mean, they build a lot of that stuff. It's not like it's there. It takes them 4 years to construct the facility.
I think 8. I think the Olympics choices of areas are made like 8 to 10 years in advance. So they prep that area that whole time until it's time to have the Olympics there. There is a perspective about this topic. That's just large-scale gentrification. Because they usually do the Olympics in a previously known deprived area. Let's just say, remember they did it in Atlanta. The area of Atlanta that they did it in was so destitute. Let's just say I'm going to foresee somewhere somewhere near Detroit will be an Olympic area down the road. Because there's areas in Detroit, like suburbs of Detroit, that are like all the houses are abandoned, right?
Yeah, they're just falling in.
Well, that's going to be where the Olympics are in 2037 or whatever. Large-scale gentrification, that's all that is.
Yeah. Well, like in 2016, the Summer Olympics were held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Now, those venues are falling to disrepair. Rio is, I think, pretty poor, right? So it takes all this money to build it, and then how do you maintain it afterwards? And then Athens in 2004, they're facing long-term financial strain because of it. So, the question comes up, do we always have the Olympics in one place or continue to build and cost taxpayers all kinds of money to host the Olympics? Keep it in the same place or keep on doing it? What do you guys think?
Nina just Googled it. 6 years in advance. But I'm sure the big moguls, whoever's doing the planning, I'm sure it's before that. They just announce it in 6 years. Anyway, whether to keep building new stadiums or revisit the old dilapidated stadium every year, I don't know. That's the work keeps turning. History keeps repeating itself. We're just following the pattern.
Right.
So screw it. Keep the way it is. Change is good eventually.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
All right. And then there's something that we talk about more now than we used to, and that is what happens to athletes after the spotlight fades. So athletes train for years, like Nina talked about, sometimes their entire childhood for just one moment, one race, one skate, one jump, and then it's over. Many Olympians have spoken openly about depression after the games, loss of identity, public scrutiny, the crash after the adrenaline. So here's a couple people that I'm sure it resonates with is Michael Phelps and Simone Biles. So if your entire identity was built around one performance, who are you really after?
Well, in actuality, I just think that is, again, an over-exaggerated example of what we all go through. I mean, when you're in school and high school's over, you get to the culmination of what you were shooting for, and then it's over, it's done, and it's literally meaningless for the rest of your life. Or you go to college and you become whatever you become, then that whole college era is over. So really, it's just a hyper inflated life change, and it has more gravity because so much of your life was put into one thing. But it really is what we all go through. Like, I mean, even to give the dumbed down, simplified answer of you do a puzzle and you're obsessed with the puzzle, or you read a book and you're obsessed with the book, and you get to the end of it and it's done and it's over. So the thing is you gotta find something else.
Well, Mary Lou Retton is a good example of that. I think it was last year or maybe a couple of years ago now. And she's an alcoholic now, and she, kind of looks like a crazy homeless person. She was caught on video drinking and driving, and she was arrested for it. So I would imagine a lot of people who do spend their entire lives doing just that one thing and have built their entire identity on just that one thing don't take it so well if you don't have anything else to fall back on. But I agree with Christine. I mean, I feel like that happened with me coming out late in life. I spent my entire life as a heterosexual woman, and then at 41 I decided no, I actually don't like men. And then literally everything before 4 years ago is not in my life anymore. It's as if I did not exist before 2021. So it is a very weird thing. It's a very weird transition to go through when you feel like your whole life you've been like this one person, and then all of a sudden you're not that person anymore. It's a hard thing sometimes.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. It's just like every other thing that every other human goes through. It's a big change. And what defines you as you is, okay, what are you going to do about it now? What's next? It should always be a good thing. It's just how you handle it.
Yeah.
Like that old adage, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and get on to something new. And if you don't, then that's kind of on you. And it is a shame, because if you were so great at that, imagine what else you could have been so great at.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people probably end up starting camps and coaching places and things like that.
It's just anything. Or they could have been the best teacher in the world. Or they could have been, they could have been a great painter. You know what I mean? You go from being an ice skater all your life, you get to the pinnacle of that, and then you find out, oh shit, I can make great art out of bottle caps. Whatever it is, find your passion somewhere else.
Yeah, but the thing is that, if that's all they're doing from the time they're 3 years old, 5 years old, they've missed really all the social things, birthday parties, regular things that regular people do because they're constantly training. And I don't know the statistics on how many athletes that are training for the Olympics their whole life. Are they even making room for any other possible life careers after that? Because once it ends, right? Some retire 18, some at 22, some will retire after they've been injured. So, and I do recall, I think it was the last set of Olympics that the mental health thing was huge. Like I know Michael Phelps started a mental health online program. There was another, I want to say it was another swimmer. I think he also started an online mental health service. The last go round of Olympics, that was big. They were talking about that a lot, which I think is important.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not saying that that's not going to exist. What I'm trying to point to is no matter what, depression can happen, no matter what you're doing, whether you're on a World Olympic stage or you're Sally Joe that works at the CBS. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you applied yourself to one thing for so much of your life and then it comes to an end, pick yourself up, find out what brings you happiness and go chase that. Even if it's completely in the opposite direction. That's all you can do. Life keeps lifing. Just go get on the train somewhere else.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have something on the back burner, keep it moving until you find something else.
Right. But it seems like that would be, hard for a lot of them to do. So hopefully their families are grounding them.
If you look, like Michael Jordan, when he was done playing basketball, he went on to play baseball and golf. He wasn't as good as he was in basketball, but he kept on keeping on, trying new things. And maybe that's the whole point, you don't know what you're going to do. You got to try something.
I didn't know he did all that.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, now the Winter Olympics gives us drama, speed, sequins, and occasionally a scandal. They give us heroes and they give us heartbreak. And sometimes they remind us that even the strongest people are still human. So here's to the athletes who made it, the ones who almost did, and the ones who kept going anyway. Because gold medals shine on a shelf, but courage, that lasts. So that's all I've got for you guys for today. So what do you say we get into our round robin recommendations? But before we do, I thought we should have a rating system, right? So we say, hey, let's see what's worth the spin. So I'm going to give us, our rating scale is going to be 1 out of 5 spins. So here's how the scale goes. 1 spin is only if you're bored. 2, background noise. 3 spins, solid watch. 4 spins, highly recommend. And 5 spins, drop everything and spin immediately. So who wants to go first?
We'll go first. We just recently watched My Mother's Wedding. Is that what it's called? My Mother's Wedding? Our Mother's Wedding. I really liked it. Okay, so here's the sitch. There's 3 daughters. They're all grown. One is a famous actress. One is a nurse. And one is, what did she do?
She's like part of the Royal Navy.
Oh, yeah. That's right. She was a very high-ranking officer in the Royal Navy. So their mother, who has been married twice before, the older 2 daughters were the children of the first husband, who was in the Navy and died in action, right?
I think he was a pilot.
He was a pilot and died in a plane crash, being an officer. And the mother ended up marrying his best friend, who was also a pilot in the Navy. And she had another child, which was the 3rd daughter. The 2 oldest daughters thought of their stepfather as daddy. They called him daddy. They were all young enough where they all got close enough to him. But years later, he died. But the point is that 3 girls from the same home lived 3 totally different lives. And they kind of see their childhood as 3 different ways. So you go through this movie where they're getting ready for their mother to get married again. And it was really a good piece to talk to the same life shared and lived by 4 women, but is looked back on completely different. So I thoroughly enjoyed that portion of it, because you know how I geek out on perspective and how if we just take the time to look at things through other people's eyes, it would balance our own emotions so much. So I'm going to say 4 spins for this, because of course it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but 4 spins for this one. You should definitely see it, because if nothing else, it'll help you see how perspective and giving room for other people's perspective would keep you happier in life in general. So I geeked out on it a little bit. And the fact that it was a great movie with some big stars in it. It's called Our Mother's Wedding, and it was on Prime.
Awesome.
We watched Mrs. Doubtfire. We haven't watched it in a really long time, and I love revisiting it because I love Robin Williams totally. And it's a story about a family splitting up and how much he loved his children and how he would do anything to be able to be with his children. And it's hilarious and funny, and I would give it like 4 spins. And I can't remember, I think we watched it on Netflix, but it's a great one. And we started watching Fallout again because the season 2 came out. That is a great show. It's post-apocalyptic. It's just really good. I'd give that one 4 spins too, and I think that's on Amazon Prime.
Awesome. We had a lot of Prime today. I'm gonna do my next, and then Todd and we are in separate cities right now, so we both watched same movies, and then I crashed out before the second one ended. So I'm gonna talk about Dark Crimes, and this was directed by Alexandros Arvinas. It was released in 2016 with limited United States release in 2018. The main character is Jim Carrey, and I like giving him a chance because he's definitely typecast as the funny guy. Cable Guy was amazing. This one I struggled with a little bit. So this film is set in Krakow, Poland, and much of it was filmed in Poland and the surrounding regions to maintain a very bleak Eastern European noir atmosphere. It's a slow burn crime thriller, again starring Jim Carrey as Tadek, who is a troubled Polish detective investigating the murder of a businessman. The case takes an unusual turn when Tadek discovers the details of a crime closely resemble a fictional murder described by a novel by a controversial underground writer. Now, believing the author may be connected to a real-life killing, Tadek becomes increasingly obsessed with proving the link between fiction and reality. As he digs deeper, he uncovers a shadowy world of corruption, underground sex clubs, and moral decay. His pursuit of the truth begins to blur the lines between justice and personal fixation, putting both his career and his sanity at risk. Now, this film explores themes of obsession, guilt, institutional corruption, and the dangerous intersection between art and violence. This was on Prime as well, so that's why I said, it's a Prime day. But as far as my rating, my spin rate on this one is 1 to 2. 1 meaning only if you're bored, and 2 background noise. I really wanted to give this one a break, but it just wasn't selling for me. Like initially I thought, wow, this is very relevant to what's going on today, but then it just, I don't know. It just kind of was, to me, it was kind of all over the place, even though it still stuck with the theme. 1 to 2. 1 to 2 spins. That's what it gets from me. I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a movie that really had a great opportunity, and then it just kind of fizzled out. They really could have made a really good point. The thing I struggled with the most was this detective, that Jim Carrey plays. He was so focused on finding the murderer of this man that was killed, who was not a good man to begin with, and less focused on the women that were being tortured and raped.
For money. Right. Yeah.
For money.
That's what, I was like, you lost me on that.
The other one we watched is, and I stumbled across this on Facebook because I look at reels, and it's basically a recommendation, for watching movies. And I came across this one. It's called Colossal, and it is a new movie on Netflix. It is a Netflix movie, genre blending drama with strange sci-fi twist. The story follows Gloria, who's played by Anne Hathaway, who's cool. She's Princess Diaries girl. She plays a woman that struggles with unemployment and alcoholism, and she moves back to her hometown after her life in New York falls apart. While she's trying to rebuild her life, she reconnects with her childhood friend named Oscar, who's played by Jason Sudeikis. Ted Lasso, you know, he's a great comedian, but this is kind of a serious role he's playing in this movie. But it does have elements of comedy in the movie as well. But at the same time, a giant monster suddenly appears in Seoul, Korea, causing massive destruction. Gloria gradually discovers that her own movements are mysteriously connected to the creature's actions, leading to increasingly unsettling consequences. It starts off quirky and almost comedic, but gradually shifts into something darker and more thought-provoking. It's less about monster spectacle and more about control, accountability, and human behavior, just wrapped up in a very unusual premise. And I would give this a solid 3 spins. My only issue with this movie, and I thought it was a really good movie, and the visuals are great. The ending, I thought it left some things unresolved. It did have like a happy ending for one character, but a not so happy ending for another character.
Yeah, and you know, Jason Sudeikis always plays a really nice guy. He starts off that way, but he changes into not a nice guy. So that was a very unusual character twist. He does a good bad person, I'll just say. So that's our show for today, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we appreciate you so much. And as we mentioned before, please give us a like, share, subscribe, and give us a comment, because that really helps our show to grow. 2026 is going to be our year of growth. So thanks again, everyone. Have a great week, and we will see you all back on Friday for F-Bomb. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye. Au revoir, y'all. Later.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.